There's a partnership of companies called LANS, Los Alamos National Security. And when they took over management of the lab, they said, we're going to invest $1 million a year in education. Education is the most important and the toughest grand challenge that our state is facing today. And I think we're fortunate here at Los Alamos Labs to get to be a part of helping the state of New Mexico, teachers, school administrators, legislators, all the way to the governor, help find solutions. Part of helping find those solutions is finding out what works, and I think that's something good that Los Alamos Labs is very, very good at.
I think there really are three reasons why education matters so much for us here in northern New Mexico and for us here at the lab. The first and maybe the most obvious reason is that a substantial part of our workforce is drawn from the area here in northern New Mexico. And so people growing up in the area, if we're able to draw on their ability, good quality education prepares them for work here at the laboratory. I think the second reason has to do with attracting people to come to the region. We draw people from all over the world to work here at the laboratory. And one of the things that matters to the people who work here is that their children will be able to get a good education. The third reason is I think it's a good thing to do for the community. It's the right thing to do. And in that regard, I very much appreciate the fact that NNSA, through the contract, makes it possible for the lab to make these kinds of investments.
This is the first year that we've used the ISIC program, and we're a dual language classroom, so I have a co-teacher, and she delivers all the instruction in English, and I deliver all the instruction in Spanish. So she did the first unit, the rocks and minerals unit in English, and I'm doing the electricity and magnetism in Spanish for both groups. We both went to the summer training. It was a week-long training, so every investigation that the kids are doing, we already did. We have on-site support, so she knows all the kits in detail, and she helps us troubleshoot and helps us in the class. And they love it. They love science time.
NNM-ISEC stands for the Northern New Mexico Inquiry Science Education Consortium. It's a collaboration between the Los Alamos Foundation, LANS, and now 5 school districts to bring inquiry science using science kits that have been developed in National Science Foundation projects and science notebooks to K-6 schools in northern New Mexico. This year there were 10 schools involved, which meant about 150 teachers and a little over 3,000 students. This next year we're going to be doubling that number.
What we said is we would spend a lot of money on professional development for teachers to enhance educational learning for kids in the area of science. And what we found out with inquiry science is when kids get to do science hands-on, and they write notebooks and they do experiments, it leads to great gains in critical thinking, in literacy, and in content knowledge.
The first year, LANS purchased essentially all the kits. They've also been very helpful in paying for the evaluation that's being done by Advance Incorporated. They have also helped with the cost associated with having what we call our Science Resource Center, our warehouse, where we get the kits, put them in the boxes, deploy them out to the school, pick them up and refurbishing them. Also, LANS helps a lot in funding the 2 conferences we have a year.
We're going to have all this exciting learning going on, hands-on, writing, critical thinking, developing hypotheses. I mean, it's just a very exciting time for kids and teachers. We could not have done this without LANS.